All right, welcome back to a brand new video of the Targeted Individual Program, Targeted Experience. Yep, so I woke up this morning, no sirens for about 10 minutes, woke up, but as soon as I got out of bed, they started with the sirens, and, very subtle too, very, very subtle, all right?
It can be a lot.
But they're trying to engage in certain tactics, right? Try to fly underneath my radar, right? My sense of awareness. Okay, still being remote monitored though. Like I said, particularly when looking or touching or putting on or wearing certain colors. It depends. Have I seen this vehicle before? KKD 3632 number 32. And look at the park. All right, definitely gonna get my attention. Like I said, you know what I'm saying? They love to do stuff where you have to look at it even when you're not intending to, because again of how they do certain things, how they position certain things, right? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's how it is.
Saturday though. Oh really?
Yeah. What's up,
Pull up. How you doing, brother?
Yeah. Oh, so let me just say this. I haven't spoken this before because I wanted to see, if it's going to be a trend, and it's starting to be a trend. And I always talk about how they manipulate black people, particularly black women. When you see black women, like I said, black women don't quite understand how white women and white men are used to manipulate them, particularly white women, but also what we see within the past decade, this whole divesting thing where you have these black women divesting, away from white men, because it's all because of money and the lifestyle that they see that they want to live. So social media have ruined it for women, particular black women, but now we starting to see younger white women are also being ruined by social media. So black women, they'll see the rappers, the athletes, the wealthy businessmen, right, who post their lifestyle on social media, and they want that lifestyle, right? So they will compromise themselves, and so see a lot of divestors, and now what you see within those divestors, you start to see the truth comes out. You start to see how, these black women talk about, black men want you to go 50-50 with them, and such and such. Right? Hey, people that have dogs, it's like you don't just let your dog, particularly just a bulldog, you don't just let your dog walk up to somebody, like that. But keep your damn dog, put a leash around his neck or her neck. You know what I'm saying? Dogs are unpredictable. I don't care how much you think because you raise them or what have you, that they won't do certain things. You never know. Like I said, I could be wearing a scent that the dog don't like, right? So, I could have food in my bag or something like that. He's smelling that. You know what I'm saying? And let the dog shit all over the damn street too. Sidewalk. Ridiculous. Anyhow, as I was saying, so you start to see a lot of these women, these black women, these black divestors, rubbing in the face of black men. And this is one thing that black men don't do. When we date other ethnic group of women, we don't rub it in the face of black women. We don't do that shit. But black women love to do that because, again, this is how they're conditioned. It's to always think that they're better than us, and they want to show us that they're better than us, and they want to tell us that they're better than us. But anyway, this one YouTuber, she posted on YouTube about she's the one that's been supporting her husband, her white husband. And I always say, I tell all the time, go and watch the business with Jason Black. Well, the business with Jason Black. And you have a white woman in the chat telling black women, oh, I don't know why you put up with these men. You make more money than them. Leave them and such, right? And Jason was reading. His name is Jason Black, and he was reading the comment, and he particularly saw what this person was saying. But the thing is that this person had no picture on, so he invited her on one of his show. Turns out she was a white woman. She was a nurse, and she was white, right? They started asking her questions. Are you married? Yes, I am. What did your husband do? Well, he was a doctor. What you mean he was a doctor? Well, he was a doctor and he got fired because he was caught stealing drugs. He was getting high off of the drugs, right? He was a drug addict, and he got fired. So what does he do now? Oh, he take care of the kids and take care of the house. Why you work? She was like, yeah. Right? he was like, when you come home, do you have to cook? She's like, yeah, sometimes. So he was like, see, here you have a white woman telling black women what they shouldn't do with black men and this and that. And she's doing exactly what she's telling you guys not to do. Right? But black women will never get it. They will never get it because, again, of how they are conditioned. Right? So even when the truth is in front of their face, they're ignoring. They're ignoring. Because for them, they got to prove something. Right? And it's not to themselves, but it's to other women. It's to prove how smarter they are, how better they are, right? How more delusional they are. That's what they're proving, right? But they don't see it that way. They don't think in that manner, right? How they're being used as weapons and how they're continuously being weaponized against us black men. And this is why a lot of black men have walked away and said, nah, we're not putting up with that anymore. And I don't blame them. You know what I'm saying? You can't unify as a people if the group of people within your nation, which is the women, that is the most pivotal and important part of any nation, is this woman. What white supremacy have done is they have neutralized black women, and they neutralize them in such a way that to give them a delusional mindset and a delusional way of thinking and believing. Or I should say, a delusional way of believing, because they're not thinking, they just believe it. So, until they wake up and realize, like I said, that watching Dr. Richie, and I watched those white supremacists look at these young black boys and literally in our faces say, yeah, look, these are your engineers, because they know what they're doing, they know what they've done, they know what they continue to do, right? And they know that black women will push their daughters into higher education, right? But then it doesn't do anything for them long term except for put them out there in the marketplace, the job market, right? Where they're working just like men. Okay? And they're not even being paid. Sorry, and then they get this degree that don't pay them anything. But guess what? The colleges makes money. The financial institution make money. Right? And what they fail to understand is that they need the men who are going to protect them. Because if you align yourself with the enemy to destroy the men in your group, right? What happens when those men no longer are effective? Those men of the other groups, they're not going to fear the men in your group, and they're going to do to you whatever they want to do to you as women. Okay? So let's not act and think that it is not important that the men, in particularly black men, are not important, because like I said, if you align yourself with the enemy and you let them attack black men, what's going to happen when they start attacking your asses? I come back here. What you gonna do? Be carpet munchers? Right? Because you see where this is going. A big percentage of young black women are lesbian and bisexual. This is what they're doing. The nuclear family is no more within the black community. How are we going to survive as a people? How are our children going to survive? We don't think about that. We don't think about the survival of our children. We think about our selfish need and that's it. And particularly within the mindset of black women, all they care about is fun, leisure, like I said. The things that they think is so important when it comes to educating their children, educating our children, particularly within the school system, right? Particularly in urban areas where you have a large subset of black women as teachers, and they're punishing young boys at the same rate as white teachers, white male and white female teachers. So they've turned them into weapons against the boys, the young teenagers and the young men in their group, and men and black men in general. Anyhow, talk to you guys in this video.